Oh my god, hello! Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, then welcome. It is lovely to have you all here. If anyone, and I mean anyone, says anything about my blonde roots, I will cry. Today we are doing something fresh, original, totally not done before, and totally not a result of me just wanting to be lazy and chat in front of a camera for this video. We are doing a current favorites because I just want to yap about some things that I've been liking recently. So if you are interested in what I've been listening to, what I've been using, what I've just been liking in general lately, then stick around. The stuff that I'll be mentioning in this video won't just be things that I've purchased recently. There's some stuff from the past few months that I've been liking, as well as some stuff that I've just always liked but have been liking a little bit more recently. Without further ado, let's just chill and talk shit, I guess. So I think we're just gonna start with some books. The first thing I want to talk about is this Monster High 𝓘𝓷𝓼𝓭𝓪 comic. Shout out to my local comic book shop, Bratz Game Entertainment. The guy who owns it is lovely to chat to and he really knows his stuff. I got this comic from the shop I just mentioned and I'd never really read any Monster High comics, but after reading this, I'm pretty hooked. They are changing it up a little bit as well. There are a lot of changes to some of our classic characters, but I'm really liking those changes and just all the changes to the overall G1 canon. I also really like seeing Johnny's spirit in something and being like the main focus of something, and as much as it upsets me, which by the way, this is a spoiler, but if you're a doll collecting girly, especially if it's Monster High that you collect, you know that him and 𝓘𝓷𝓼𝓼 broke up. But as much as that upsets me, I am not opposed to Frankie and Johnny being a couple. And even though Frankie didn't technically steal 𝓘𝓷𝓼's man, I do really like the jokes about that. The highlight for me while reading this was definitely the cute little interactions between Frankie and Johnny. Seeing a bad boy have a soft spot for someone who is their polar opposite, soft, kind, and optimistic, is a trope that I don't think I will ever stop loving. I haven't read any further in the Monster High comic book series, but I hope that they have, or at least plan on fleshing out the relationship between these two, because I think they are really cute together. I don't know if that's unpopular, but I think they're really cute. I just hope they stick with it, but knowing how writers handle Frankie's love life, I doubt it. I love that it's clearly catered to the older fans like myself that were kids slash preteens when G1 Monster High was around. It's still the classic Monster High that we all grew up with and loved, just with a little bit of a refreshing tweak to it. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. It was really sweet and short, but I really want to read further, so yeah, I really recommend this. The next and final book I want to talk about is this 𝓘𝓷𝓼 book. It's titled 𝓘𝓷𝓼 Living Loud 4 Decades on the Front Line of Rock, Metal, Punk, and Alternative Music. It is pretty much just a big history book on what is arguably the most successful alternative magazine. 4 decades of history in here, and I think it's really fun seeing how alternative music has changed over the last 4 decades. Another thing that I find really cool in it is that there's so many old magazine covers as well. It starts with a note from Lars Ulrich, which we aren't reading. There's heaps of interviews in here as well with a bunch of bands and artists talking about how 𝓘𝓷𝓼 impacted them and their career. You actually have a 𝓘𝓼𝓼 interview in here. There's a nice pretty picture of him there. There's an interview with Trivium as well as like My Chemical Romance. Each decade has a little segment at the end where they talk about the albums of the decade. Photo of Trent Reznor, just because I just really like seeing all the old covers from old 𝓘𝓷 magazines. Here is Rammstein. Something that I really appreciate is this interview about 𝓘𝓷 with Tobias Forge from Ghost. It says at the top here, at the top of the page, it says, "I couldn't understand English, but I loved the pictures," which is completely understandable. I used to love flicking through a 𝓘𝓷 magazine and just looking at all the band imagery in there. It is definitely a nice book to just flick through as well because there's heaps of pictures of all of our favorite bands, but pretty much any mainstream metal, punk, emo, any alternative music, to be honest, they're in here. I really recommend this to alternative music lovers and just music lovers in general. It's a good read. So moving on from books, I wanted to talk about a game I just finished. This game got a lot of mixed opinions, which I do understand, but I don't know what you're talking about. I think it's got a complex storyline, the emotional stakes are there, and great gameplay. Of course, talking about Bratz Flaunt Your Fashion. The thing with this game is, obviously when you think of all the qualities that make a video game good, this game is objectively not great, but the awesome thing is, enjoyment is subjective, and I have really enjoyed this. For me, it doesn't really touch the charm of old PS2 Bratz games.
Wait, we don't have our parachutes! Oh, shit!
But I don't know, I had a really good time playing this. I just don't want to critique this too much because it's just a Bratz game. I'm clearly not playing it for a complex, amazing, well-written storyline and great gameplay because there are other games that offer that. I'm simply here because I want to shut my brain off, do little quests and mini games, and dress up my girls. And of course, make them speed around on scooters and skates. Now that was the only game I wanted to talk about. Now I want to talk about what I've been listening to. I've been listening to a lot recently, but I pretty much only want to talk about what I can physically show you you. The first album that I want to talk about is Hymn's Greatest Love Songs Volume 666. Now here's the thing, I have loved this album for so long, probably like 10 years. I feel like I've gained a new appreciation for this album as I've gotten older, and I have to say I don't think it gets the appreciation it deserves when compared to Razor Blade Romance and Love Metal. I do think my favorite Hymn album is Razor Blade Romance. I just have a bit of an emotional connection to it and I've loved it for so long. And depending on who you ask, a lot of people would say that Razor Blade Romance is Hymn's magnum opus, but if you ask someone else, they'd probably say Love Metal. But this album, compared to the rest of Hymn's discography, is very raw and kind of rough and gritty. You can definitely hear the typo-negative influence on this album a lot more than the others. Like I said, I've always loved this album and it's definitely been one of my top Hymn albums, but I have to say, I've been enjoying this a lot more than some of Hymn's more popular work. My favorite tracks on this album have always been Our Diabolical Rapture, The Beginning of the End, and For You. I know in recent years there's been a lot of new Hymn fans rolling in due to how popular they've been on TikTok, but if you have not given this album a proper listen, I am begging you to do it. It is one of the best in their whole discography. It is so beautiful and I love it so much. A little bit of a shift change, but we are talking about Purple Rain by Prince and the Revolution. Recently been doing a lot of re-listening when it comes to Prince. I love Prince, but I feel like I don't listen to him very consistently. Favorite musical movies of all time is Purple Rain, which is the movie connected to this album. And yeah, I understand that if you took the music from that movie, it would definitely be a movie. It just wouldn't be good.
Answer me, motherfucker!
That movie with these songs is just perfect. I've always really liked the art associated with Purple Rain, like the flowers, more flowers. This is my favorite era of Prince. All the purple, it's just so beautiful. It balances elements of rock, pop, and even it gets a little bit funky sometimes, and I love that. My favorite song on this album is by far Darling Nikki. I love all the heavy parts of that song. It's just like, oh. When Doves Cry, which is obviously a single and a very popular Prince song, but for good reason. That song is a banger. I Would Die For You is also a really great song. Every song on this album is great. This album is perfect in my eyes. I understand some younger people might not be aware of the impact Prince had on the music industry and how big he truly was. You couldn't buy any of his music online, you couldn't stream it, and you could not watch any music videos on YouTube. I actually went out and bought this when I was like 14 because I couldn't listen to any of his music online, and honestly, I kind of respected it. I recommend this to everybody. This is such a good album. I want to do separate videos where I talk about what I listen to a little bit more in depth. Just for this video, I wanted to show you what I've been listening to, but actually have something physically to show you. So yeah, that's that. Okay, so now I kind of wanted to talk about some beauty products because if you didn't know, the word makeup is actually in my channel banner. I've just never really discussed makeup or beauty products on this channel before. I wanted to talk about two really inexpensive perfumes that I bought recently from Kmart, which if anyone overseas is watching this, Kmart is probably one of the biggest retail shops in Australia. I recently ran out of my go-to perfume and that usually retails for about $30 to $35. At the moment, I need to try and save some money, so I had to look for something really affordable. I haven't really been to Kmart for fragrances in a very long time because I used to think that their fragrances were really inconsistent with just how long they would last. But I have to say, it seems that Kmart have really stepped up their game just with variety and also quality as well. I feel like they're lasting longer. But yeah, I recently got these two and they are so sweet. This one is number 026 Vanilla, and I have to say, it pretty much smells identical to my usual go-to, if not better. It just smells so yummy. This one, Cherry Kisses, smells exactly like its name. It's very rich and sweet, but with like a hint of sexiness, a bit of friskiness to it, which I would expect from a perfume called Cherry Kisses. But I got these just under a week ago and I've gotten about 3 compliments on them. So I recommend these. And there's such a huge variety at the moment and there's something for everyone. Like, the amount of sweet perfumes they have, I feel like I need to go back eventually. Next thing I want to talk about is my current favorite lip combo, which is what I'm wearing right now. One of the lip products I will be mentioning, I am very unsure if that's still available to purchase here in Australia. Can someone update me on what the fuck is going on with KVD Beauty in Australia right now? Because Sephora don't stock them anymore. But I line my lips in this KVD Beauty liquid lipstick in the shade Jupiter's Eye, I think it's called. And then I fill in my lips with the Slim Stick by Essence in the shade Hot Chili. Yeah. And the result of these two is this, which I have been obsessed with lately. I used to line my lips in a really dark vampy lipstick before I'd put on like a bright red, but this works so much better. It's a dark brick red with like a little bit of vampiness to it that works so well with this. Unless you disagree with me and think that this looks shit, then I wouldn't recommend these to you, I guess. I think this one's a little bit pricey. I think it retails for like 30 Australian dollars. I could be wrong. But this Essence lipstick retails for 5 Australian dollars, so couldn't recommend this enough. The last beauty product I want to talk about is this blush from Glamlight, which is Chucky and Tiffany Valentine themed. Huge Child's Play fan. I love that franchise. So when my boyfriend got me this about a year ago, I was obsessed with it. And the quality of the blush is also amazing. When my boyfriend got it for me, I was using it a lot, but then I kind of stopped using it because I was a little off blush. I don't know why, but I started using this again recently and I remembered very quickly why I love it so much. Especially this light pink shade, it might just be my favorite blush that I know. I just feel like a lot of blushes catered to pale people I'm not huge on because they look really warm and orange on me, but this is so pretty. I know it looks really intimidating, but it is so sheer at first, but you can just build it up and it's just beautiful. And I really like this shade as well. I like putting it on my eyes. Anyways, that's all the beauty products, so let's move on. Now I want to talk about what I've been watching lately, and this might be a little bit of a vibe change, but I've recently been watching Chuck. You guys remember box sets? Does anyone still have these anymore? My partner and I love physical media, but the reason why we did buy this was because it wasn't on streaming. It wasn't like essential that we had Chuck on DVD, but my partner really wanted me to watch this because he really likes it. It stars 𝓑𝓵𝓼𝓼𝓭 and it's like a spy comedy will they won't they kind of show. I don't want to spoil it, but I could not recommend this enough. It is so good. Yes, there is a lot of drama in this, but it's also really funny and it's not really stressful. I feel like I can just switch my brain off and just chill and watch this, and it's very entertaining. I am not gonna lie to you right now, my jaw is hurting from talking so much. I feel like I'm overly anxious today, so I'm like talking really fast and moving my hands around a lot, so I'm really sorry for that if that's overwhelming you or anything. I'm overwhelmed, so get over it. Okay, so the last couple things I want to talk about are just some homeware stuff. The first thing is this Kmart room spray in the scent Warm Vanilla. This room spray has my house smelling like cake icing, and for only $4. It's not too overpowering though. It's basically like a room perfume, which I like to pair with my other house air freshener, which is also in vanilla, by the way. I just like vanilla. It's just really nice and it makes my house smell nice and sweet, so I really recommend this. It is such a steal. The thing I'm talking about is also from Kmart, and if you've watched my doll haul video like a couple videos ago, you'd know that I love mugs. I love big mugs. I really want to show you guys my mugs, okay? Just like it, okay? I am a whore for pretty mugs, and this is so pretty. I just like cute, pretty mugs that are kind of the opposite of my aesthetic. I just love how simple and cute this mug is. I've been recently pouring milk into it and dipping chocolate chip cookies into it because that has been my go-to snack lately, which I really need to calm down on that because it's become a little bit obsessive. But yeah, I really like this mug. It's really pretty and I really like the pink flowers on it. So yeah. And the last thing I want to quickly talk about is this, which I got from the reject shop for about $4. Not much to say about this. I saw it, I liked it. It was $4, so I bought it. I really enjoy ancient Greek statues and art, so I've been really enjoying displaying this goddess in my home. But I really need to get more ancient Greek statues for the house because I just love it. I love the look at them. I think they're really beautiful. But yeah, they have a bunch of like cheap quality ancient Greek stuff at the reject shop at the moment. That's pretty much it. I just think she looks really nice. Okay, that was all the things that I really wanted to talk about. I really want to do more stuff like this, but in its own category. Like I want to do a video all about my favorite music and another video about all of my 𝓵𝓪𝓼 makeup products. I do another favorites video again that's like multiple things. It'll probably be like a monthly favorites type video. Also, I really want to apologize because I feel like I may have come off a little fidgety throughout the video. It's because I have tried to film this 2 times now, but unfortunately stuff kept going wrong, so I'm not as enthusiastic in this video as I probably could have been. My socials will also be in the description if you are interested. Also, let's chat. Comment down below what you've been really into recently because I really enjoy reading and responding to all of your comments. But I hope you all enjoyed today's video and have a lovely, lovely day, and I will see you in the next one.